4, 3, 2, 1.
Put everything down and crank your speakers up.
It's time for
The Realest Podcast.
Oh yeah!
We got us a new world champion!
And what is going on, guys? You're listening to the Realest Podcast, and welcome to February 7, 2017 Smackdown Live Review. Joined by Andrew Best, of course, and, well, Smackdown Live today. I mean, it honestly does not feel like a go-home show. It's kind of crazy to think that we have a pay-per-view this Sunday, especially after what we got with the Royal Rumble. Man, are you ready?
Am I ready? After tonight, I don't know, man. Tonight wasn't terrible, but it just wasn't. It was like Raw. Raw wasn't terrible, but it was just there. Mm-hmm. SmackDown was there today. That was it. It was like the writers took off for like the women's segments. Like I don't know what.
I will be honest with you. The promos that each woman gave tonight was outstanding. It was very good promos.
I don't know, man. Like it was too Jerry Springer for me. Like at this point, like I'm just getting tired of it.
Well, I thought Nikki and Natalya was very Jerry Springer.
But like John is only gonna like cheat on you and leave you, but it's okay because if I wasn't married, he would just come to me anyway.
Yeah, me personally, I thought the main event was the opening match, the Fatal 4-Way between Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, The Miz, and the Intercontinental Champion Dean Ambrose. I thought that was the main event.
Well, that was an excellent match.
It was.
I mean, let's talk about that. I mean, Baron Corbin looking very strong. Pins AJ Styles clean.
Yeah. And just before we get more into SmackDown, Seth Rollins and Triple H is still scheduled to go on. For people that do not know, those two are still planned to wrestle. It'll be cutting it close if they have a backup plan. I hope they have it ready just in case. What's going on, Kev? Kevin right here. Juan says, nice show. I don't know if that was from last night or today. Because I think it's from today. Yeah, SmackDown, it wasn't bad. I don't think it was a great go-home show, and it wasn't bad. I don't understand why you had a Fatal 4-Way match and then out of nowhere Randy Orton versus John Cena. I thought that was kind of odd. Especially the fact that Orton's not even going to be in the chamber.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know if they're trying to like psych with our minds a bit, because like everyone knows that Bray Wyatt's going to win in the chamber, and if he doesn't win in the chamber, I'll be super surprised because of all the build-up they've been doing with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt lately. But yeah, I mean, I think they're just trying to pull a fast one on us, getting us to second guess it. Like, maybe they're trying to build up something with Randy Orton and Cena leading into the chamber, to prepare for like WrestleMania, which honestly shouldn't be the case.
I don't know. Elimination Chamber with the reality of this, I don't understand this. Is the tag team match going to be in the chamber, or is it just going to be one of those type of elimination matches?
I'm pretty sure it's a regular elimination match.
Okay, good. I hope so. I don't want that to be in the chamber. I want the chamber match to be the only thing in the chamber.
Well, I think historically there's only been like one chamber match in terms of like for a specific title. So it's like it's never like the tag team championship and the WWE championship. It's always the WWE championship.
Well, I know the last chamber match they had just about every match in the chamber. So I'm hoping that's not the case with this one. But Nikki Bella and Natalya's promo was just... It was just, what? Apollo Crews defeated Dolph Ziggler by roll-up.
And, it's funny, too, because it's like this whole night I felt like I was able to predict the writing staff because, like 2 minutes before they announced that it was going to be a handicap match, I was like, you know what? Maybe they should get, like, Shelton Benjamin because in the direction they're taking right now, it looks like they're going to do Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. Lo and behold, Apollo Crews versus and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. And then, the whole thing with the Nikki Bella and Natalia promo, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm surprised they ain't bringing up Tyson. You know what? She's going to say that, John's would fall for her if he wasn't married. Lo and behold, that's what she said. I'm just like, okay.
Kev hasn't even watched SmackDown yet, but he's just chilling in the show. That's cool. A historic Elimination Chamber dual contract signing. I personally, the only reason reasonably or anything that makes sense with that is they're trying to make a story that got put together last minute, which is true, they did, and trying to make it more interesting. I mean, it's like I'm not gonna sign the contract unless my best friend's out there, and that's Becky. And for me, that's Mickey. Okay, we'll have a dual contract signing. God, because I wasn't gonna do it.
The first ever dual contract signing.
Yeah, and the promos had nothing to do with Naomi, and then it's like, oh, hey, Naomi.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about you. It's like I said before, like this whole thing with Naomi, like it would be very rare if she actually comes up with the title at the Chamber. I honestly feel like she's, one of those placement matches, where they just have to put a championship match on the card and they're throwing Naomi in there to kind of, set them up for something bigger. And I think what we're going to see is we're going to see Becky Lynch beat Mickie James, and I feel like Alexa's going to take the championship home.
I don't, do you really have Mickey's first one-on-one match technically be that? Because she really hasn't wrestled. I mean, she wrestled in a tag team match, but one-on-one she hasn't wrestled yet.
Well, I mean, honestly, I would say no.
She has.
I would think that she should win, but I don't see both of them walking away with the win. I feel like if one wins, the other one's going to lose, and I don't think it should be Alexa Bliss.
Well, to be completely honest with you, Sunday's going to be a complete heel night. Heels are going to rule Sunday night. Alexa will keep her title. Then you'll have Bray Wyatt he'll win the title Sunday, and then we'll just see where it goes from there because the card's looking very thin. There's gonna be 3 women's matches Sunday. You have Natalya versus Nikki Bella, the women's title, and then Becky versus Mickie James, and then you have the tag team championship.
Now, I guarantee at least one of them is going to be on a kickoff show.
If they even have a kickoff show.
I'm sure they do.
And then you have a handicap match with Dolph Ziggler versus Apollo Crews and Kalisto.
Which will probably also on a kickoff show.
No, well, I mean, I probably really doubt they'll have that many on the kickoff because, I mean, again, their talent on their roster is really thin, and then you'll probably have Luke Harper versus Orton, too.
Yeah. I really think that they're setting something up for this whole Ziggler thing, as they're making it seem like Ziggler's going to get his ass kicked come Sunday, and I think that something's going to happen and Ziggler's going to walk away with the win. I honestly do. Whether that somebody comes and helps him or what.
Yeah, I could see either Apollo Crews or Kalisto turning on one another easily. Because Apollo Crews, again, we don't know who Apollo Crews is, just a big black dude with a bald head.
Yeah, and that's WWE Creative's fault. I mean, they brought him up without a plan. He's probably one of the reasons why Triple H, kind of guarantees that if you call somebody up from the NXT anymore, you have to have like a 6-month plan for that person.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks because there wasn't a lot. I mean, the Ascension actually got a pin tonight.
Yeah, how about that? I mean, the Ascension finally got a pin. This is like their first one in a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, this might be a short show, Andrew, unless we just talk about random things, because there's not a lot to talk about.
Well, they didn't really go too far into it. I do actually want to take some time to talk about Luke Harper, though. I actually thought that was a really good promo that he shot today, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's his very first promo in which he actually talked. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard him talk on the mic.
I think he's talked before, but I mean, the Elimination Chamber is just going to open up a lot of storylines. I mean, AJ Styles is still owed a one-on-one match for the WWE Championship. We still haven't seen that. What's next for Dean Ambrose in the Intercontinental Championship? What's next for The Miz? What's next for John Cena? Because it's obvious that Cena's not going to win it. I mean, they're not making the 16-time champion a big deal. I know that Ric Flair was supposed to go out there and congratulate him, but they didn't. They scratched it because they knew that Cena would not be holding the title for that long. So they wanted to make, whenever he does, it be a run. Which I don't blame him. I mean, to be kind of, Cena's just going to hold the title for, 2 weeks?
Yeah. And then after WrestleMania, he's going back to film like a movie or two.
Yeah, I know he's filming a movie in the spring going into the summer.
So yeah, I mean that's the obvious reason why he's dropping the title. Come Elimination Chamber is because of his movie commitments.
Yeah. Well, that plus they're wanting to. I mean, Bray's gonna go over. Bray's gonna win the title, or he's gonna keep the title at Mania.
Well, I mean, if you're doing what I think they're doing, I honestly think you should keep the title on Bray Wyatt. What's better than getting into a feud with somebody like Randy Orton and having him put you over? After all of this, it would be what has been missing from Bray Wyatt's career. I mean, the guy just won his first title in the WWE, and he's been in the company for 2 years now, 3 years.
Yeah. He's conservative for about 3 years now.
So it was like 3 years coming, and he finally won his first championship title. And now he's looking like he's going to win his first singles championship. It's about time. I mean, give him the titles, see what he can do with it. And, Bray Wyatt's a genius on the mic.
That's one thing I've really enjoyed is the fact that they've kept Bray away from these fatal four-ways when it involves, stuff about the, what's it called, with the chamber. They've kept him away from it, so it's kind of like, okay, Bray must not be winning it,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to make it a little bit less obvious. I mean, of course, the smart fans were already going to see what's going on. We knew that as soon as Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble. Mm-hmm. But they're like I said, they're trying to throw like shade. Like they're trying to keep Bray Wyatt out of the picture, in terms of that build up for Elimination Chamber to make him look irrelevant. And they're really pushing Cena and Orton on TV, to kind of build up what could potentially be a WrestleMania match. I feel like that's what the writers are doing. They're kind of just throwing us those curveballs for the people who aren't intelligent fans who might actually believe that's the direction they're going.
Mm. Yeah, it is very possible. Did I get a... Okay, look, I'll be straight with you. I don't know what the hell is going on with Twitter lately, but on Twitter, as of lately, I've been getting a bunch of, fake porn accounts tweeting me.
Fake porn accounts?
Yeah. Look at this. Listen to this. Your heart is in a place I no longer want it to be. Rose, rose, kiss, heart. I'm over here.
Maybe you got a secret Valentine going on here.
I guess. I mean, if this is the case, I mean, obviously you're not American, and obviously you're fake. Her name is Lurka Razakaya, or some shit like that.
Oh, that's Rusev's cousin.
Hey, hello, hey, just wait. You're French? When did he turn French?
Oh my God. Only on social media, folks.
Yeah, it's crazy. On Snapchat, I've been getting a bunch of porn stuff on there too. It's weird. They'll be like, "What the fuck?"
I always get that stuff on Instagram. It's ridiculous how much they spam that.
I get the name was something rape me, and it's like, "Wanna fuck?" No. Oh. I'm good. Thank you though.
Oh man.
Keep that
Yeah,
away.
you know how much there really is to talk about SmackDown, where it's just kind of like now we're like, oh yeah, you hear about that?
Yeah.
Uh,
Man, Cody Rhodes is so good.
what is the latest on Cody Rhodes?
He's wrestling in the Evolve event. I know that he's gonna be wrestling a few Ring of Honor events. He's doing a bunch of independents. I know on March 3rd, he's gonna be wrestling Kurt Angle.
Oh,
It'll be their third installment. It'll be the third and final installment.
interesting.
It'll be at Crosby High School. Wait.
What brand
Crosby.
is that under?
New. It's called it's Northeast Wrestling.
Hmm.
It's a cage match.
That ought to be good.
Let me find out. Maybe I can hook you up. See where this is. Rey Mysterio will be there too. Oh, it's in New York.
Did you hear anything about the Hardys apparently tailgating at WrestleMania?
Okay, so what's happening with the Hardys, and this is something I've been reading on. So TNA is going under new ownership. Dixie Carter has nothing to do with Impact anymore. So Jeff Jarrett is the guy in charge. And the last time that Jeff Jarrett was in charge, that was when TNA was at its best. So what's happening is the company is not wanting to pay. The company, TNA owes so much money, and they don't have a lot of money. So they're going to be cutting some of their roster. And the Hardys are wanting money. And their contract ends at the end of this month. And Drew Galloway is also... Drew McIntyre. Sorry, not Galloway. Drew McIntyre is also in the mix of this. But the rumor is that WWE... Oh, it's no rumor. WWE really wants the Hardys. And, I mean, we'll see what happens there. So there's no telling.
So this could be like a sign of good things to come.
Because
I'm reading like they're like tailgating WrestleMania. I'm like, okay.
So Kenny Omega is officially back with New Japan. They just Honor Rising. They have him in a picture.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay with them for another year or so. If he decides
he's gonna stay another year, 100%. Okada beat whatever his name is. I don't even know his name. Beat him. So he's still the IWGP champion.
AKA the Japanese John Cena.
Yeah. The Ring of Honor, announcing the Stars of Ring of Honor coming soon to Japan. Honor Rising. I think that's gonna be a pay-per-view and all. It's Honor Rising Japan. I think that's gonna be really good.
Yeah, I should tune into that. When's that supposed to be?
I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, other than the Elimination Chamber, I mean, there's two things I'm looking forward to this week: the Elimination Chamber match itself and NXT. See what's going to happen with NXT next with Bobby Roode and how they're going to progress everything.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just like scrolling through. I know that Brandi Rhodes is in TNA. She's in Impact. That was Eve, if I'm not mistaken.
Is she still an announcer? Or is she doing something
she's
else?
wrestling. She's a knockout.
Okay.
I know this is like dead air
What
right
about-
now. Just trying to find stuff right now that's been going on, which there's not a lot of news other than Seth Rollins.
Yeah, before we conclude it. But I mean, that's a tough break for Seth Rollins. But I mean, that's going to be the question. From now until when we see him again, is how long are they going to put on this charade that the match is still going to be a go, and how long before they call it, if they call it. If he's ready, do you take a chance on him? If he's not ready, where do you go from there?
On who? Sorry, zoned out.
Oh, with Triple H and Seth Rollins.
Do you go for it? If he can go, you go for it. If he feels like, in my opinion, this is going to be on Seth, and I think that's how they should do it. This is on Seth. If he's been cleared by his doctor that gave him, diagnosed him with a torn MCL, If that doctor clears him and the WWE doctor says he can go, I think they should let him go if Seth wants to go.
Yeah, but I mean, like, for me, like, my concern is, like, if he is ready to go, he's fresh off of recovery. Like he's, probably, like, not even 100%. And, you're putting him into a high-stakes a match where you're going to expect him to perform.
Then you start.
And it's just like, I would be worried, man. I'd be worried about her.
Then what you do over the weekend is find some local wrestling place, which there's, of course, a local wrestling scene in Orlando. No, there's the Performance Center in Orlando. You go to the Performance Center, and every single day that week, you have him do a match. And you have him just basically go on the knee and basically just work it out. I mean, that's the only thing you can do. Because you can't have a match with Triple H and it be 15 minutes. You're going to have to go a full 30 to 45 with him.
Right. Especially for this to be the match that everyone thinks it's going to be. And from what it sounds like, this is Triple H looking at his retirement.
I don't think it'll be Triple H looking at his retirement.
Because, I mean, that's what I keep hearing, is that, he's looking at hanging up the boots for good, and he wants it to actually mean something when he does.
I don't think this will be his retirement, to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Triple H. Like, I was just actually looking at a clip from the WWE Vault when they actually formed Evolution, and the promo that they shot for Evolution, where he's going through and he's explaining the idea of Evolution, who each person is, and what they contribute to the company. And man, was that one of the best promos I had seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I almost forgot about it up until I saw that clip again. And, it just reminds me how amazing guys like Triple H are when you put a mic in front of them. And, it's really crazy to think that, we kind of grew up in the age where we had the biggest mic talkers in the industry. We had The Rock, we had Stone Cold, and we had Triple H, who were like master manipulators of the mic. And not only could they put on a great promo, but they could back it up in a ring.
Yeah. I'm just looking at more stuff. Again, there really isn't a lot out news-wise. There's nothing out, anything big going on. I know that WWE wants WrestleMania to outdo Wrestle Kingdom, and with the card that they have right now, it's not looking that way.
They have to really put in a lot of effort. I mean, I could see NXT Takeover outdoing Wrestle Kingdom, providing that they put together a really excellent card and perform the way they always have been. But like, it's going to be a huge long shot for WWE to beat something like Wrestle Kingdom. Because, if it were me, my first goal would be to beat NXT Takeover before you start looking at things like Wrestle Kingdom. Mm-hmm. I mean, because if you can't outdo Takeover, then you have no business trying to outdo, a bigger promotion like that,
Yeah.
Which is sad that WWE has to kind of look at it like when you have the developmental system it's on better pay-per-views than they do. I mean, that's a slap in the face. I mean, it's kind of a pat on the back for Triple H, but it's a slap in the face for the company when you think about it, because no matter how many times they move NXT superstars up to the main roster, they just keep replacing the stars in NXT, and they still, no matter who's on the card, puts on an excellent show. And last month's at TakeOver, is the perfect example of that. That was the quote-unquote weakest card. And even on their weakest day, they still produce a 5-star pay-per-view.
Mm. Yeah, but I think we should conclude the show, because at this point we're just bantering and we're going back. I mean, really not talking anything new here. But the little bit that was a cover on Smackdown has been covered. So I think that it is going to conclude. I think I am going to. So until next time, guys, we'll see you guys Sunday with the Elimination Chamber prediction show and the result. The more and more I think about it, man, I'm getting to a point where it's like, man, I don't know, am I excited or not? But until next time, peace out.